Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are seeing this. Today we'll be talking about the last part of Excel for data science. And after you must have completed the assignment at the end of this course, then we shall start Python for data science. Now, in this course, we'll be discussing how you can create charts in Excel, how you can have a form, how you can create form in Excel. This is a form. The form is for data entry. Also, we'll be creating macros. So let me start by forms in Excel. For instance, let's say I want to create this type of form. So what is form? Form is actually a point, an interface you use to supply data into your Excel worksheet. That is what form is. Now, what you firstly have to do is block the range. What I mean by the range is block it like this, okay, and then press Ctrl T. Now you can mark my table as header is important so that the Excel form will use SN, student ID, and so on for your header. Then you click on OK. So automatically you have this as header. Then another thing you should note is this point, this particular point here. That point shows your range. It shows the range. So if I hit insert, if I click on this form, you see that now I have all of this as my header. So I can do one, then S1001, surname, Ademola, last name, Abiodun, March 56, 67, 78. So I'll leave the total average and I'll leave the remark. I'll hit new record. Immediately I hit new record, you see that Ademola is now the first record I supplied is now there. So let me go to the next record by saying to student ID S10002, surname Abiodun Lulaja, March 67, 87, 97, and hit new record. You see now that as I am entering the record, so I don't need to come here to start entering data into this sheet. So I can just create the data entry from here, right? So I can do number 3, can go to student ID. Student ID, I can do S10003. I can do surname Folake Omolabake 65, 76, 10. then I can close it. So I have the three records here. So funny enough is that I can come to total like this in the first row. So if I drag down, you see that I've created more record, but I won't do that. Okay. What I will just do is I'll click on this guy and I'll do equals to sum of this guy, then I'll press enter. So you see that automatically it's calculated for the rest. Then I will do equals to this guy divided by 3. So it's automatically calculated for the other. Then for remark, I'll do if equals to if this guy greater than 50, then pass, otherwise fail. Right. I just hit enter, it calculates for the rest. So if I click on insert new record and I do for S10004 Malik Abdullah March 54 23 15. If I close the record, you see now that it automatically calculated for the next one. So that is how we can do data entry. To create charts, form for our data entry. So to create chart is very, very simple, right? Depending on the type of chart you are creating, so I'll be talking about pie charts. If you are creating a pie chart, ensure that you have a label and a number. What do I mean by label? Labels are such data that you cannot perform calculation on them. Okay. So something like student ID, you can't perform calculation on them. Surname cannot be calculated. You cannot add surname together because they are alphanumeric. So anything alphanumeric is actually your label. And then you're going to have a number as well. So if I choose student ID, I can choose average. Then I can go back to my insert and I'll do pie chart. Now, immediately I did that, I have my chart right here. Then I can right click on it. I can move the chart to the new sheet. Then I can then come here and format the data series. Now, while formatting the data series, these are the series option, right? So if I click on legend, so this thing that you are seeing down here is the legend. You can either put it to the top, right? You can see it here, right? So chart option again. So I'm on legend. It can be left. Okay. Other things that you can do is right click on this guy and add data label. So you can see now that I have 30, 50, 83. So you can also format data label. That is, you say you want value from cells. You can pick the cell range, right? You can do series name, which is the series name is the average. Then you can do category name. Category name is S10, S10, and all of that. So So this is sorry, add data label so that I can come and format it again. Format label. This is value. The headline, the leader line. Then we have legendary key. So we have separator, right? And then you can say you want the label position outside. So okay, I choose just this one. So I need everything. Right click, format data label. I want the position to be outside for everything. And I want the category name, right? That's S10 and so on. Then if I come home, I feel like I can change their color. Then I can change their font size. Okay, so I can do all that. So for better, you know, for more clarity, so it can be bold. So we have created a form, and for those of you that don't know how to get this guy up here, you can come to more commands. Then this is, look at the form here. If I remove it, suppose I didn't have it, I'll come to command not in the ribbon, and I'll locate form. This is form, add it, click on OK, then I'll have it here. Okay, so the last but not the least uh is how we can create macros. If you want to create macros, you need to understand Visual Basic, that is visual basic.net or ordinary Visual Basic. Now, why would you want to add macros? The reason you would want to add macros to your Excel is that maybe you need a function that is not already inbuilt in Excel. You need a function that is not inbuilt in Excel. Therefore, you want to have uh your own function. For instance, if I do give difference, what we mean by difference is, immediately I added difference, you see that if I click on my form, see that this can't be applied to the selected range, right? Select a single cell in a range and try again. That is to tell us that it has created a boundary for me. So if I do Control Z, and I do save, I still hit this guy. I have a boundary already. So the only thing I need to do is drag this guy down, click in the range, then I can then add new record here as 10005 surname Masood Mikhail 56 74 56. Can hit new record, so it's created new record right above it. So 6 and S10006 surname is Rashid 76, 23, 45, and I can hit close. Okay, so for this guy, if I click on this guy now, this is 5. For this guy, I can actually go to number 5. This is the guy here. So I can do 7 for that guy. I can do student ID S000 S10007. Can do surname Fola Adiola 64 34 23. I can hit close. So it's automatically fill for that. Then I can come here, data. I can sort the data. I should be able to sort the data, right? If I hit sort, and it automatically selects everything, and I want to sort by serial number. Now it's okay. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So and we have done how to insert chart. So the next one I want us to see is, for instance, now there's no formula for if peradventure I say let's pay, let's pay, right? Let's say I say net pay, and uh I do salary, I do deduction. So if you understand net pay, you know that net pay is just like total pay, right? So for instance, salary is 65,000 and deduction is 2,000. If I come here and say equals to different, there's no uh sorry. So there's no Excel function for subtraction. There's no Excel function for subtraction, right? So now you want to, I can subtract for you. I want to create a function I can subtract for you, because naturally if I do equals to minus, do I have minus? I don't have minus. So that is why sometimes you need a macros, right? So I've said equals to minus. Look at that. There's no minus as a function. Okay. So now I want to add that from the macros. All I have to do is I'll go to my, I think let me see, I'll go to view and I have macro here. So under the macro, if I say view macro, I didn't have any macro yet, right? All I have to do is record a macro. I can call it func macro. Okay, this workbook, right? I hit OK. So I've started recording a macro, and I will now say view macro, and I can edit my macro. Then in here, I need a function. So write function. So this requires you to have knowledge about Visual Basic. Okay. I'll name it minus. Then A, that's my first argument as double. Do I have double here? A as double, comma B as double, right? Then everything as double. Okay. So I'll hit enter, then I'll have end function. All I have to do is say minus is equals to A minus B. Okay. So you save it. Yes. Then you click on this Excel. Now I can come here and say equals to minus. Look at that. Equals to minus. Then minus this minus 2000, comma. So that's going to minus this guy from this guy. And now it gives 63,000. That is how to create functions. You can add your function, you can add more function as much as it is needed, okay, in Excel. So successfully we have learned how to perform simple calculations. We've learned how to create a form in Excel, and also we learned how to insert charts and format it. Then we learn how to create macro. But I told you this little introduction to macro is not enough. You need to understand at least Visual Basic to a reasonable extent for you to create a comprehensive macro. Okay. Sometimes in the future I'll be creating a course solely based on Excel macros because it's a very large it's also very broad. Okay, so uh as you follow, I'll be giving you new update on it. So now the assignment for us to move on, the assignment here now is that I have created this. Let me go to new sheet. I've created this. Now what I want you to do is I have a single remark, right? Let your remark, instead of pass or fail, let your remark have grading for A1, B2, B3, C4, C5, C6, D7, E8, and F9. We have done something like this before in one of our recent classes. Done something like that before. And then at the same time, this particular grade, I want it for English, right? For English, want it for English. Okay, Control Z it. So let me come here and do insert. Let me come here and do insert and come here and do insert. So I want it for math. That's grade for math, grade for English, and grade for physics. So let this this grade, this is the grade to be used. This guy is the grade to be used. This guy is the grade to be used. And then the remark could be either fail or pass, while grade will be either A1, B2. So let us have 10 data entry and ensure that you use form. You know, I don't have a form yet. So ensure that you use form to supply this data, right? So thank you for viewing. We shall continue to the next one, which is Python. I mean, sorry, it's not yet Python. We just finished Excel, so we'll go into database. right for data science. Thank you very much for viewing.